we're having our next guest, and Radiah Hubbert, I think I pronounced her name correctly. She has been on the show before, but I believe, and I didn't get a chance to look up the date, but I think it was the first year of the show when she came on. She hasn't been
I
on.
thought she'd been actually on a couple of times, hadn't she?
I, I don't think so.
Really? Oh, maybe I'm
But
just thinking
okay,
about the
wait till
first
she comes
time.
on and she'll tell us. But
But no, maybe I'm just thinking about the first time she was on the show.
okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Well, hello
Randy. How
there.
are
Well, you
you?
you help us out. How many times have you been on the show?
I think I've been on, it seems like it at least twice, I know, because I know the first time when you guys gave me the Black Authors Matter t-shirt. I still wear that too. And then it was another one and then I was on recently, like a couple of months ago, I think. And so I think that this would be the third time. I
Okay.
But were you
yeah.
on for an anniversary show?
Oh wait, yes, I was. Yes. So I was
Yeah,
on
so
that's
you weren't on as like an individual guest.
Oh, it was like a no. This was
It was
this was the
yeah,
anniversary. Yep, the anniversary show. Hmm.
okay, yes, because we had a lot of people on that night.
Hmm.
So I was correct. She's been on once for an individual interview.
Yeah,
Well, I
once
think we were both
and
correct because she's been on twice.
yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll concede that. So anyway, and Randy, you've been out here a long time reviewing books and
Yes.
urban reviews. When did you start urban reviews?
Um. Let me think. 2005. I had started reviewing books, and well, I was reviewing books before that, but the website started in 2005. It was with me and my late husband at the time. He was actively reviewing music, and then I was reviewing books. So we did music and books. But then as time progressed, it was probably within, I would say, the first year, maybe. He saw how big it was getting as far as reviewing books, and then he was kind of dissatisfied with the music that was coming out. So he was like, I don't know if I want to review music right now. He said he was getting dissatisfied with the music. But then also, he was saying that because at the time we had our mailing address out there, like, hey, if you want to read, if you want these books, if you want your books reviewed and everything, send us books. And some people were sending us their whole catalog. I said, okay, so now wait a minute. Well, that's when I started doing like a reviewing process. So I believe like within maybe like the probably the end of the first year, he was like, well, hey, we'll just stop with the music and just do the reviews, the book reviewing, because he saw that it was it just gotten to be so large, as far as
Yeah.
reviewing, the reviewing the books. And so we just decided to go ahead, and then it just morphed into what Urban Reviews is today. Um,
So I
so
didn't
that's,
realize it had been 20 years, but 20 years goes by fast.
It really
It's
does go by fast.
it's amazing. But I know your husband has passed, and I think 10 years or so.
it was 2013.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
but I am uh in agreement with him spiritually about the decline of music. As a matter of fact, Rhonda, at the festival, at the reception, we have a new game. We used to have a game for Black History, so we would throw out a fact and then people could see who the name was. But we have a new game that I created. This game, actually, I did this at my daughter's bridal shower, and it went so well. I said, you know what, we're going to do this at the festival. So the game is 60s, 70s, and 80s jams, R&B jams. And because those are the three decades where music was the best, and it went downhill after that. So, and that's a fact. It's not, and I stand by it. So, um, so it'll be a name of a song, and then the person has to name the artist.
Mm-hmm.
And we have cards. So each of those facts is on a card, and we have prizes. So the person who collects the most cards gets the first pick of the prizes. And then it goes, the second person who has the second most cards gets the second pick. And the prizes will be good prizes. So it's kind of checking people's IQ on good music and I'll call it real music because, and I don't like being cussed at when I'm listening to a song. And so that eliminates most of the stuff that comes out now. Every time I try to listen, I'm being cussed at, and I just can't. I will not. So I agree with your husband about that. And it was around then. I mean, it was the 90s had some stuff, but it started to be more computer driven, more digital, not, eliminating the bands, and everything's in the studio, and a person when they perform, they may or may not be able to sing, so in live, they could sing in the studio, but when they would get on stage, you don't know what you're going to get. So anyway, that's my diatribe about music. So but I wanted to let Rhonda know about the game because she comes to the reception, and so you might want to participate. It's fun. It's fun. You know who won at the bridal shower? My daughter, because she was raised on old school music. That's all I play in my car. So she didn't even hear rap until she was about 9, and she went to school and somebody introduced it to her. She grew up on old school music, so she knows all those artists and all those songs. So she actually did win um, the game. So
Well,
anyway,
I've got to say thank you and your husband for what you were doing with promoting art. Whether it
yeah.
was books or whether it was music, you were promoting great art. So thank you for that, and you continue to do that. So
Mhm.
thank you
Oh,
again for
you're
that.
welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Now, what's kept you going? A lot of people quit, they do something for a little, a minute, and then they quit. But you've been doing this since 2005. This 20 years. So what's kept you going?
Well, I mean, I've always been an avid reader before this. So, before I even started the website. And so what's kept me going is that I really like, so reading has always been like my hobby. And so the thing is that that's what keeps me going. Then there's always new authors that come out. And then I just see that it's I mean, I don't see it as a side business, but my tax person, she said, yes, it is. So I mean, the thing is that it always so the thing is that so this is like my I call this like my hobby job or my second, my passion job. So the books are really like a passion of mine. Like I like discovering new authors, and then also I just think that it's still important, like to amplify Black voices, as far as authors and everything, Black authors, especially now with everything that's going on in the country and everything else. But what motivates me is that we still, even though we are making authors are making strides in different bestseller lists and different things like that. It's still important, to go ahead and promote as many Black authors as possible and as many genres as possible. So that's what keeps me going. Is
Mhm.
that there's so many. There's never a time where there's like, okay, so now there's nobody releasing a book or whatever. So
Right.
there's always a plethora of people, and people probably that are out now that I don't even know, that I discover like every day and everything. So that's what keeps me going, is that there's and then also, to introduce readers, to new books and everything as well. So that's what keeps me going, is that, okay, um, there's always something to read. And then books never expire. I
Right.
remember some time ago, I did used to have, for years, actually before the pandemic, I used to always have, okay, if you want your book reviewed, it would have to be it would have to be released within the last 6 months, last 12 months. But when the pandemic came, I was really thinking about this. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to take that off. I was just saying to myself, because I saw people, well, the pandemic changed a lot of things, but I saw a lot of people like during the pandemic, they were like, well, hey, I had this book sitting here for 5 years or whatever. Why don't I just go ahead and just release it or whatever? And I was thinking to myself, you know what? Books really don't have an expiration date.
Yeah.
So I
And
said,
we give them expiration dates. We like, oh, that book is 2 years old. Nobody wants to
yeah,
read that. But there's so many people in the country who've not even heard of that book, and it's new to them.
right. That's why I just took that off, because I said, okay, even if a person, because I've had people, they're like, okay, well, my book came out 5 years ago. I said, yeah, but everybody doesn't know about your book, so it's new to them. Like anybody's book, it can be new to someone. So that's why I said, okay,
Right.
let me take this off, because it was so many people that were saying, well, hey, I've had this book for a while. I released it before, I want to release it again, or something like that. So books have no expiration date. So that's why I took that off, so that everybody can, get a chance and everything.
Yeah, and that is true. And the industry has changed since 2005, because then the self-published uh, industry, the indie industry, was really in its infancy. But
Mm-hmm.
now it's really just full-blown explosion. It's a whole lot more independently published books than there are traditionally published with publishing houses. It's probably 100 to 1. It's tons of self-published books out there now. So, and you do accept self-published books, correct?
Yes,
For
yes, I
review.
do. It's a lot. Yes, self-published and traditionally published, and sometimes you don't even know that they're self-published either. Now,
Yeah,
you
sure.
don't.
If they're
Yeah,
done well, yes.
yes, they're
Some
very
people
done
really
well.
have mastered it.
Yes, and then as far as marketing and everything,
Yes.
and marketing, and then you just remember, I mean, because it used to be a time where when self-publishing was in its infancy, and then sometimes you could tell, sometimes you can't. This time, a lot of times you cannot tell, and you're just like, oh, wait a minute, this person's self-published, or a lot of people, they're hybrid authors, they're self-published, and then they have like
Right.
publishers, traditional publishers too, which is cool too, because they get a chance to like do something self-published, and then they'll have like traditional um books coming through traditional releasing through traditional houses too, which is cool too.
Mhm. Yeah, I think when the publishing houses, at first they had a restriction on that. Like
Mm-hmm.
once you signed with them, you couldn't self-publish. But I
Yeah, I
think
remember
they
that.
realized that that was a flawed approach, and they relaxed it. So they allow people to do it now. But at first, once you signed with them, you couldn't do anything independently.
Mm-hmm.
So the industry has changed quite a bit. Now, you have other people who review books, or you have a team of reviewers.
Yes, I do have a team of reviewers. They change all the time. Well, they change sometimes because everybody has things going on and everything. So I mean, there's always, so yes, I always have like a team of reviewers. I think I have about 4 now. So a team of reviewers. So yes, so it's me and then other people, and then I try to not accept every book. Like now, it's a lot of times where a lot of publishing houses, you get on NetGalley, and then they go ahead, and I'm on some people's automatic list, as far as
Right.
NetGalley, and you see there's another book coming, and then you're like, oh, let me accept it. But now before I accept it, I ask some of my reviewers, like, okay, some of my reviewers are on NetGalley. I'm just like, okay, so now who's reviewing this book? Now I ask now, because I don't want to accept too many books and then I have to review them, because it's not like NetGalley. Like you can't share it. So it's not like I can just pass it on to my reviewers like I could do with I still get some books in the mail too, like a lot of self-published, and then sometimes I'll get some from the traditionally published too. They'll actually send a physical book in the mail. But like with NetGalley, I just have to say, okay, so no, I'm not going to accept this one, even though I want to. I always think about that, and when every time I look at a book, I'm like, no, I cannot review every book, and I'm like, okay, I'll put this to the side and then see if somebody else wants it. But that's the thing with NetGalley, because you can just go on there and just look and see coming out. Let me click on this. Let me click on this. And I'm like, no. So it's so many books, so little time still, even now.
Yeah, this is true. There's a lot of quality books being published, which is good. There's a whole lot of books, but there's also a lot of quality books. And that's a good thing. So if someone wants to be a reviewer, are you accepting reviewer applications for people who may want to review books with urban reviews?
Not right now. Probably at the first of the year, I'll do that. Like at the first of the year, I'll probably open it back up, but not right now. But I'll probably open it back up in January. I was thinking about that. Yeah, January is just around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Once Halloween gets here, the
Yeah,
year's over. It's over. Because
yeah.
November and December go by so fast, right? Once Halloween is done, you may as well say New Year's Eve because it's just so fast. It's so
Yeah.
much going on during the holidays, and it goes by really fast. Then we're into a new year. It'll
Yeah.
be 2026 before you know it.
Yeah, that's why I said the beginning of the year. I'll do that because there's too many things going on during the holiday season.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. Now, if someone wants their book reviewed, what is your process for accepting a book for review?
Okay, so they would just have to send me they would have to send me a first chapter sample. And the only reason why I ask for a first chapter sample is because I want to see how the book is. Usually you can see how the book is going to go. Well, you can see like the style of a person's writing and everything else in the first chapter. That's why I always ask for like a first chapter sample, and then I read it, and then I'll say, or if it's not like a book that I would think that I would want to read, I will pass it to one of my reviewers and say, well, hey, is anyone interested in this and everything? And then I go ahead and I let people know that, okay, yes, it is accepted for review. You can send it by, ebook, or you can send like a physical copy and everything. But yes, I usually say chapter 1 because in the beginning, I had people send a sample chapter, and sometimes it would be in the middle of the book. Like they would send like chapter 10 or
They're
something.
trying to give you the juiciest part.
Yeah, and so I'm like, wait. So that's why I always tell them like the first chapter sample. So because I was like, okay, because what if you give me, because people they give me the middle of the book, and I'm like, okay, wait, what's happening? So.
But now, when you say the first chapter sample, do you mean the entire first chapter or just a certain amount of pages?
Well, the entire first chapter.
Okay.
Yeah, the entire first chapter.
Now, what if a person has a short first chapter?
Well, I mean, that's fine. I mean, because usually the short first chapter and then the prologue sometimes is fine. Okay. So if people have like a short first chapter, it'll be like a prologue too. And then, the description of the book sometimes gets me too. And I'm just like, oh, okay, this is fine.
Okay. Then that's true. Because in my 2 novels, the first one, I don't have a prologue. But in the second one, I do have a prologue. So
now, do you have a turnaround time? I mean, is it like a few months, a few weeks?
Okay, right now it's a few months. It's like I think on the website right now, I have like I said it's a 6-month turnaround. Sometimes it could be longer than that, but right now I was saying it was a 6-month turnaround because it was just a lot going. It's a lot going on sometimes, and I just like, okay, sometimes it can be 6 months. Right now it's 6 months, but it could be shorter than that.
Well, that leaves my book out. My book is a holiday book.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's So it could be a 6-month turnaround, or it could be shorter than that. Because it depends on like if I'm reading it or if I have to send it out to a reviewer and everything. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I say 6 months. But then I tell people, I say, okay, it's a 6-month turnaround, but it could be shorter.
Well, I'm gonna send it to you, but I won't look for my holiday review until April.
or longer, because it's in that for
Yeah,
mine.
yeah, and then, yeah, because it
I'm
depends on
just
what's going
saying.
on with. Because sometimes it could be different stuff going on with. That's why sometimes I ask people, like, if it's a physical copy, to send two, because I'll go ahead and give away one. But if somebody has a review, if a reviewer has a book or something is going on where
Right.
they if something's going on where it's taking them longer to read it or something, or if something happens and for some reason, I mean, life's for a lot of people. So
Oh
if
yeah,
something is
life is
happening,
life.
yeah, so if it is, sometimes I'll just take it. I'll just be like, okay, I'll review it. I'll take it because I have a copy of it or whatever. So I'll do that. But no, okay, if it's a holiday book, okay, no, you can send it.
Well, I'm gonna send it to you tonight because I need to give you
You might
time.
have the holiday review by the next holiday season. So then the timing could be okay.
No, if it's a holiday book, I'll be there. I'll do it. Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
know
Okay.
what?
Well,
It's a service that you don't charge for. So
Yeah.
right.
beggars can't be choosers. That's the thing.
Exactly. That's
All
why I
they
say,
can do
you
is
do it when you
beg.
can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no,
Well, yeah.
I do know you said that you probably won't be looking for new reviewers until January, but the Social Book Club asks what your qualifications for a reviewer are.
Oh, okay. So a reviewer, I mean, there's really no qualifications. You do have to be an avid reader. And then I do ask for like a sample, like a review sample. Your review does not have to be long or anything. It just has to be no spoilers, of course. But the thing is that I do ask for like a sample review, like have you ever reviewed before, or if you can just do like a sample review, like let's say you've never reviewed before, like on Amazon or anything else.
Hmm.
Just do like a sample review, like how would you like this book, it can be like it doesn't even have to be like two paragraphs or anything. It could just be at least like a short paragraph or something, because I am posting this on, not only on Urban Reviews, but I also post it on Amazon. But then I do put, even when I post on Urban Reviews online, I say like who reviewed it and everything. And now, with social media, I have to post on Instagram, TikTok. What else? It's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky. I say Twitter, but I'm really not on Twitter like that anymore. But I mean,
What
it's
about Pinterest?
I somebody mentioned that the other day. They said, you can post on Pinterest too, and I always forget about them. And I always look at
I
Pinterest
know
for stuff.
I've been horrible about Pinterest, but there is a whole audience on Pinterest that we have not tapped into. We got to get
It
on it.
is. Oh wow.
Yes.
So
It
I
it's
is
never
all.
go
a lot
on
of
there.
people, the first thing they do is go to Pinterest. When
Oh
they're looking
What's
for
wow.
on
ideas.
there?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
on
Okay.
Pinterest?
So what's on there? See, the way I can describe Pinterest is that most apps want you to stay on. You get credit for staying
Yeah.
on the app. Pinterest is the only app that really wants you to leave the app. They are showing you pictures and samples and ideas for you to click on there and go to people's websites or go to
Oh
people's blog
yeah.
posts.
Because that's
Um,
what I do when I look at recipes and stuff, and it goes to
exactly,
something else.
exactly. You
Okay.
go on Pinterest, you find a
Okay.
recipe you like, you click on it, and it takes you to that person's website.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. See, I
Okay.
never thought about that. That's just how I got on TikTok, because somebody a couple years ago, when Clubhouse was big and everything, they
Hmm.
were
I remember that. The
they were
Clubhouse
like,
craze.
well, hey, they were like, you guys don't, I forgot who it was. They were like, well, hey, authors don't forget, to join TikTok and post on there. I was like, people post book stuff on there. So when I went on TikTok and everything, I saw all these authors and readers too, and
Hmm.
everything else. And I said, oh, okay. And so that's when I started posting stuff on there, and then like my new releases and upcoming releases and reviews and everything. But yes, now it's another one with Pinterest. I never even thought about posting anything on there. I used to post periodically, like maybe like one graphic about my book fest or something, but I never really been on there for that though,
Hmm.
far as the book stuff. But yeah, that's interesting. See, you learn something new every day.
There you go. Now, I know we only have a few minutes left. You just mentioned your book fest. Your book fest is coming up. I've already seen your graphics for it. You already have your featured authors. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so it is the 18th annual Great Midwest Book Fest. It is on Saturday, June 20th of 2026. The featured authors is Phyllis Dixon. She's from here, even though she lives in Memphis. She's from here. It's Sandra and then Monica Garner. And I put and more because the author table, so those are the featured authors, but the author tables it's going to be the open call for author tables. The sign up for author tables is going to be on January 17th at 10 o'clock a.m. And what I tell people is that it's called an open call because it really is open. So what I tell people is that there is an open call list. So what you would have to do is an open call list. So it's Radiah at urban-reviews.com. For more information about the open call, you can go to greatmidwestbookfest.com. It tells you about how much the vendor tables are. It tells you more about the event and everything. And the reason why I encourage people to sign up for the open call list is because when the open call opens, I actually email that list first before I put it on social media. So as for tables, so
okay. Well, your event is on my birthday next year.
June
June 20th.
Yeah,
June 20th.
It's funny because my birthday is actually June 4th. I remember years ago, I actually had the book fest. It actually fell on my birthday one year.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else, it was like, why would you have your book fest on your birthday? This was years and years ago. I said it just felt like that for some reason. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, it's but yeah, I'm a June baby too. So
yeah, well, we
I'm
all
a June
three
baby too. Mine is June 29th, so it's after your event.
Yeah.
And I think I participated in your event one time when you had it online because of COVID.
Yeah.
And I participated in your event that year, but I really would like to come do it in person. So I might have to take part in your open call.
Sure.
Now,
Sure,
where's it located exactly?
It's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so the address is called the Exchange Event and Creative Space. It's 3334 North Holton Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And it's a Black-owned business too. Event. It's a husband and wife team, and so I think this is the third or fourth time we've had it there. So it's very, it's very good. It's in the middle of the city, easy to get to, and everything. So.
Okay. Yeah, the Milwaukee part, I couldn't remember exactly what city it was in. So I've only been in Milwaukee once, for a conference, and that's been a few years ago. So. But it's good to see that you're around because you started your event similar timing to when we did because this year is our 18th anniversary for the National Black Book Festival.
And you guys have, and good luck with it because you guys have a good. Well, you guys always have like a good lineup, but man, I was looking at the lineup the other day. I was like, man, I wish I could get down there. You look at all these people's events and you wish you can go to all of them. I was like, because I told one of my friends, I said, do you see who they have? I said, they got both. I said, they have Beverly Jenkins and Brenda Jackson. I said,
we have been trying to get them together here. It's been 15 years. So they were here in Houston at our event 15 years ago together. And they haven't been to Houston together since then.
I mean, just that alone.
Yeah,
and
right.
And the other authors too. The mystery person you have, Rachel
Housel Hall, and then Brandon Massey.
She's one of my favorites too. And I was like, oh, they got everybody. So yeah.
Well, we have to work a year out. It was a year and a half pre-booking to get Brenda and Beverly.
Yeah.
Because we would keep reaching out like a year in advance and they would always be booked already.
Yeah.
So, you have to start with people and they don't travel as much. They've gotten older.
Well, that's why I was going to say.
They don't travel as much.
Yeah.
As they're
slowing down with the traveling. Yeah. So you have to get in there. Yeah.
Right. And
Right.
Beverly especially, she says she doesn't do 2 weekends in a row. So then
Yes,
that eliminates a lot of stuff. So we were fortunate that we were able to get them. We're excited about that. And we've gotten a lot of people who definitely are coming for the two of them. And then, Eric LaSalle doesn't, um, he's an actor, but he's also an author. He has a series of mystery series.
mhm.
And he doesn't do a lot of book events. So he has a new book coming out, the fourth in the series next year. So I the way that I pitched it was I said, okay, he's got these other three, and the Black community may not even know. A lot of people don't even know
Mhm.
he's an author. So it's a way for him to sell these and pitch the fact that he has another one coming out next year. And it
Mhm.
must have resonated because they said yes. So
Oh,
yeah, so
congratulations.
you have to come up with different angles, and
Yeah, you
sometimes
do.
it's because people are busy, and sometimes you have
Mhm.
to, like we're already half of the authors for 2026 already booked for the
Mhm.
featured ones for next year because we have to start so early. So
Yeah, you do.
anyway, we're at the end of our time, Radio. This has been really, really great connecting with you, having the whole time to talk about your reviews. And anybody who wants to get their book reviewed, Rhonda put the website in the chat.
Yes. I
And
put the
and
website in the chat for urban reviews online as well as the Midwest Book Fair.
Book Fest. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, I want to thank both of you ladies for having me on again and everything. This was fun.
Oh,
I
Well,
thank
really
we
you.
always enjoy having you, and I will be in touch because I really would love to be able to do your event. So
sure.
I'll be reaching out very soon. And I got
Okay.
to get you my book tonight.
Yes, yes, you
Yeah.
do. Yes, yes, you do.
Okay. Have a great night.
You too. Mhm. All
Okay.
right.
Bye bye.
Mhm. Bye.